What's up, football fans? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into Alabama's incredible performance with exclusive insights straight from their star quarterback. After going a perfect 17 for 17 and putting up 70 points while shutting out their opponent, there's a lot to unpack about this Crimson Tide squad. Let's get into what the players had to say about this dominant display and what it means moving forward. What was the message from coaches this week about the competition at quarterback and for the team as a whole? Competition of the opposition. He was just like, hey, we're just going to make sure that we give the best chance to win. And just understand that we're going to make sure that we give the best opportunities to everybody. And so he was just like, just keep on playing your game and don't worry about anything else. Speaking of those opportunities, how did it feel seeing Austin and Keon actually get out there and, get to the center and perform what they did? I'm super proud of those guys, man. I feel like as a quarterback room, we're the closest room on the team, because one, we're such a special position. Only one of us can play. And then two, just, how we are as a group. Those guys worked extremely hard all week. They helped me out, understanding stuff. And the fact that they got to go out here today and show everybody what they're capable of and, help to score points, it makes me so happy. I feel like a big brother, you know what I mean? Seeing Austin and Keon work, because those guys are extremely great players and, future to this program. You were 17 of 17 today. Just what was clicking for you on offense? And have you ever had a game where you've connected that many passes in a row before? No, I don't think so, yeah. It felt great. I just kind of did what I was, practicing all week and made sure I was disciplined and everything and just kind of played ball. And Ty, what was Nick Sheridan's message to you going into this start when you guys watched the film? He just was like, be you, do the little things right and just, play ball. That's kind of his message to me, and that's what I felt like I did best today. It's just kind of, played my game. With the early start next week versus Wisconsin, how do you guys just continue to keep this cohesiveness on offense, on defense, and, play up to that standard, continue to get good performances? Yeah, it starts tomorrow. We're going to watch the film, we evaluate, go over everything. We got a 24-hour rule here. Most people know that you can celebrate the win for 24 hours, but then, we just got to go on to Wisconsin and understand that, this is a different opponent. That, last week didn't matter and the week before that didn't matter. It's a new week and we just got to go 1-0 and, go do what we do. What do you like about him, man? I like him a lot, man. He's an elusive player. He's fast, physical, and he puts his nose in the box when he needs a block, man. He's very, selfless and everything. Guys like him, play a long time in the league and help us in a lot of different ways. So, one, for him to step up as a freshman is huge, but two, after he came in, not only in the spring, but in the summer, and just kind of, everything he's done, man, it's been very, very impressive, and I'm proud of him. What kind of weapon is Kevin Riley for you on offense, just running and kind of catching passes out of the backfield? Yeah, he's a man. I was really, really proud at the end of the night. I told him I was proud of him in the locker room just because, I'm sure he was nervous, coming to Alabama, being from Tuscaloosa, but man, like he ran fearless. He didn't have any fear whatsoever. He put his head down, ran. He's elusive in the backfield, and he's going to help us a lot, especially when we get jammed up. Is it more challenging to kind of keep up the hunger and intensity after a win like this after the last game? I don't think so. I mean, you win one game and everybody's, happy. Like we got a long season. That's what I try to tell everybody. After the first game, like, we lost one game, everybody's upset. We got a long season ahead. Like, it doesn't change something for us. You talk about finding the joy. Who is the noise? This is probably the most noise the program has seen in quite some time. How did you find that joy here? And you think this sets you up for the trials that are ahead? Yeah, I just kind of thought back to why I played football, enjoying it with my brothers, why I stayed here, why, I love playing quarterback in the first place, and just kind of, taking in everything. Like, the opportunity to play in Bryant-Denny Stadium in front of, 100,000 fans. Like, not many kids get to do that. And so the opportunity that I get to do that, and I'm going to make sure that I make the most of it. And so, that's what kind of our message was in the quarterback room. And, I think we all three did that tonight. Just two more. The picture that you had in your head of what your first start at Bryant-Denny would look like, did it meet that expectation? Did it exceed the expectation? I mean, Yeah, it was great. I pictured it as a win for sure, but I was just really, really proud of the guys. All I care about is winning. And the fact that we played, just great football that night. I mean, 0 points, given up by the defense and then 70 put up by the offense. Like, that's a great team win. And, I'm pretty sure, I don't know the stats. Like, did they have 100 yards on offense? Exactly. Like, I mean, those guys, man, on defense, they came out with a great mindset. Dawson and TK being hurt. I mean, those guys came out to play. And on the line, they did a great job. Jeremy and Zay and the wide receivers, like Lasir stepped up, Kevin Riley, Richard Young. Like, those guys, man, what a great win. And I'm really proud of those guys. And, that's what we're going to keep on trying to do. What's the key to the rhythm early offensively in your mind? Make the little things right. Details. It's all it is. Sound football is all our offense is. That's what we didn't do last week. There you have it, folks. Alabama's quarterback showing the leadership and composure that championship teams are built on. That perfect 17 for 17 performance wasn't just luck. It was preparation, discipline, and executing the fundamentals. The way this team is coming together, especially in the quarterback room, is something special to watch. What do you think about Alabama's chances this season after a performance like this? Are they back to their championship form? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss our latest college football breakdowns. We've got more exclusive content coming your way, so stick around and let's keep analyzing the game we all love. Until next time, roll Tide!